Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends. I welcome all of you for the environmental classes. Today's class is for the 11th, and the topic that we are going to discuss is the adaptation due to temperature changes. There are several ways by which we can study the temperature adaptations. Number one is the behavioral adaptation, anatomical adaptation, physiological adaptation, estivation and nocturnal animals, adaptation in birds and mammals. Let's start with the first behavioral adaptations. To survive in the extreme temperatures, animals adapted to behave in many ways and that protected their bodies. For example, sand snakes move across a hot sand by side winding, a lateral movement made by performing a spine wave motion where the minimal parts of the body hits the ground. To minimize the contact with the hot ground, many lizards either run quickly or all four or run on their back legs. African ground squirrel depends on their bushy tails to shear them while they search for the food. So in the behavioral changes, these animals try to avoid the contact with the hot surfaces or the soil so that they can protect their body or the skin from the burning sand or the soil surface. Number second is the anatomical adaptation. To survive unforgiving temperatures, anatomical adaptation are essential for many species of animals. For example, ostrich adapted to not to grow feathers on their abdomen, legs, neck, head. This allows heat to easily escape. Instead, they only grow feathers on the large part of their back to block the sunlight from their skin. So, my dear friends, so this is the anatomical adaptation. So the ostrich, it grows feathers only on the back in order to protect the sunlight. Similarly, they avoid the feathers, growing of feathers on the neck, head, abdomen, so that the heat can be easily escaped. So this is the anatomical behavior adaptation in case of animals. Number second is the physiological adaptation. Some of the most important physiological adaptation for the animals living in the high temperatures habitat are the abilities to obtain and retain the water. Desert rodents such as the kangaroo rat obtain all the water they needed by eating the dry seeds. This is possible due to their metabolic abilities to effectively retain the water and produce extremely concentrated urine and feces. My dear friends, so physiological adaptations, which is mostly seen in the rodents living in the high temperature areas, so they retain the water by excreting the concentrated urine and feces. Similarly, there is the estivation and nocturnal animals. Animals such as the desert tortoise prefer to sleep in their refreshing burrow when the temperature are at their warmest. During the early morning and the late afternoon, when the temperature cool down, the tortoise is active, a behavior known as estivation, that the rodents and the fox are nocturnal. They sleep during the day in their burrows and are active at night to hunt or forage. So, my dear friends, estivation and the nocturnal animals, these animals prefer to sleep during the day. So, during the early morning and late afternoon, they prefer to move for the search of mates and the food. Adaptation in birds and mammals. My dear friends, let us see what are the different adaptations in case of birds and the mammals for the adaptation to high temperatures. Number first is the behavioral adaptation, like living in burrows during the day and being nocturnal. That means active during the night. Evaporation, cooling by perspiration and panting. Storing of fat reserves in one place. For example, camel have to avoid the insulating effect elongated, often vascularized extremities to conduct the body heat to their air. Thank you, my dear friends, for watching me.